Okay, we're back. Literally straight back into it. Straight back into it. This is literally the day after the last video. Well, no, it's not even the day after. It's the same day. Actually, it hasn't even uploaded yet. It's still uploading. Anyway, the car is still here, sitting on the hoist. Obviously, last video was doing the underbody, getting the fuel tank back on. So it's literally still just sitting up on the hoist. But today, I am gonna get that off the hoist, put it back on the stand, but I'm doing that so that we can bring the chassis in here and put it on the hoist. So a little swap, a little changeover. But there is a problem with the chassis. A few problems that I have to fix. The chassis, which is over here. You can see it here. One issue is it's surrounded by just stuff. All of the old spare parts, just like 9 months worth of stuff. I first have to clean everything up. Okay, now that that's all cleaned, I have an area to work around here so I can get these wheels bolted up and we can move it out of here and get it into the hoist bay. But the second problem that I have is this issue here with the engine currently sitting on a jack stand because there's no gearbox and you need the gearbox to hold it up or else the engine will just sort of fall down. I have to put a gearbox in there. So I got the gearbox in. That's actually the new gearbox, the 5-speed that I got in there. But I just bolted it up because I'm gonna have to take it out anyway to do the clutch, the bearings, the clutch fork, the lines, all that stuff. So it's just sat there bolted up at the moment. Then after that, I got some wheels, bolted them up. I actually put a flat wheel on there first, which was annoying, so I had to go and find another one. But got that, moved it around, moved it in here. So now I can put it up on the hoist, even though obviously it was on jack stands before. It's just so much easier. We can get it up on the hoist, move it up and down for little things. And obviously it's in here, so eventually we can get the cab put on because we'll need to bring the cab here, put it up, bring the chassis in and drop it down. So we've got lots of things to do. First, I'm going to start with the disc brakes. I've got the disc brakes from the 60 series, so I've got everything here ready to go. So I will get everything set up. I've got to bring everything in here, make sure I have everything. I'll get everything set up and then I'll let you know what I'm doing. This is a full set of swivel hubs from a 60 series Landcruiser that I just pulled off, right back to the knuckle, all the brakes, everything. Obviously this is disc brakes, the 60 series have the disc brakes. Now this isn't gonna really be a tutorial per se. I've actually never done a disc brake conversion, but I've rebuilt plenty of hubs, it's the same thing. If you want a tutorial on how to do it, I would go watch this video or this video. They're both really good. I don't really like not doing something for the first time and then making a how-to video. I think it's a bit weird, but pretty much it's just, you take everything off of a 60 series, the swivel, the knuckle, everything, the brakes, and it essentially bolts straight up to the 40 series axle. Now I do also have everything new needed to rebuild the hubs. Okay, this is everything I've got. I've got new discs and pads, everything to rebuild the hubs, both of them. I didn't get new wheel bearings because those ones look good. I've got brake cleaner to clean everything up, and I got new studs for the top and bottom of the knuckles. Honestly, kind of the most important, the new studs for the outside that hold the locking hub in, because usually they're smashed because when you take them out, you have to hit them with a hammer to get the cone washer out. So that's pretty much everything I got. I'm now going to get this disassembled and reassembled. I've rebuilt plenty of hubs in my time. Go watch this video. This is the first video I watched many, many years ago, and I've just done that ever since. Don't be looking through this on how to do things, because I'm not going to go show everything in depth. I'm basically just going to get into it now. Get rid of these drum brakes, which I hate. I've had to take all the wheel cylinders out of these drum brakes because they're all locked, and I just hate that. I hate it so much. I'm probably going to do a rear disc brake conversion as well, just how much I hate it. But we'll start with the fronts. So the hub is completely disassembled now. I got in there with a really big long brush taped to a comb. It's like a wheel brush, because it looks very dirty in there. It didn't have any fluid in it. So I could see that. I opened up the diff and yeah, literally a little puddle spewed out on the ground, which I cleaned up with just a few rags. I didn't even need to put a bucket under there. And it was all like water. I don't really know, it was like a mixture. It was a bit green, like it had coolant in it. It'll need quite a few flushes of diff fluid through there, but I'll do that all after it's all put back together. This diff doesn't look fantastic. This is really what you expect to find on an old 40 series truck, just like old grease, barely any grease. Like I'm glad I'm getting rid of all of that stuff. All the bearings are still all right, but just, yeah, a few little nicks here and there that I'll smooth out and get rid of this rust on the outside, and it'll be really nice when all the new stuff is on here. Apart from that, I think we're pretty well ready to go. I'm gonna start off with the seal and then clean everything up from the 60 series, get all the new stuff and just rebuild a good old-fashioned swivel hub. Wow, that was a lot of work, as they always are, swivel hubs. Ugh. But that one's not the first, and it's certainly not the last. It is the first disc brake conversion that I've done though, so that's fun. All the other 40 series I've ever had disc brakes from factory. But yeah, now it's done, it's on there. There's still a few little things like a new brake line, like the rubber brake line that goes to the back, and also the steel brake line. It's always good to switch those out. And then I'll need tie rods, things like that. But I'll get into that when I do steering and when I actually get the brakes working, because obviously there is no brake system in the car. So I think I'll have to redo a few other lines as well. But now the bulk of it is done. I can bolt wheels onto it, move it around, do all that, and all the little fine tuning things can come later. The bulk and the main part is done. The discs are on. It's got all new grease all the way through, bearings redone, new seals, all that stuff. Cannot explain how happy I am to have disc brakes on this, and like I haven't even driven it. Like I hated the drums so much, and it probably didn't help that there was like no grease in the old hubs and knuckles. It was so strange. But yeah, that is another part down on this lengthy process. That can get a tick now for the disc brakes, and it's on to the next thing. That's it for this video, and I will see you on the next one.